Welcome back to the Next Phase podcast, where we help business owners increase value, prepare for the future, and build a next phase that they are excited about.
Absolutely.
Okay, so today we're stepping into something a little different. We're getting into a time machine.
A time machine. All right. So that's right. A time machine. Buckle up. Pull your hat down because we're about to take your business 5 years into the future.
Oh, 5 years.
5 years into the future.
Okay.
And we're asking one big question. Would you want to own the business you're about to see?
This one is fun,
It'll be fun.
but also it can be a little uncomfortable too.
Yeah, squirmy.
But in
Little
a
bit.
good way. In a good way. In a
Right?
good way.
Yes,
Good.
I agree.
All right, Darren. So set the scene.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so close your eyes. Bear with me here. Think of this. Imagine you're stepping out of a DeLorean, smoke everywhere, future music playing, and you walk into your business 5 years from now.
Can I
Can you
open
see
my
it?
eyes? Can I open my eyes?
Can you see the scene?
Yeah.
Okay, now you can. Yeah.
Okay, think. Okay. So what do you see? Is it thriving? Is it running without you? Is it scalable?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you still answering the same questions, stuck in the same fires, and wishing you could get back in the time machine and run away?
Oh, yeah. We see both quite often. A lot of times we see that.
So the first thing future you notices,
Mm-hmm.
does your business run like a machine or like a circus?
Yeah. And again, we see this quite often, right? It's not like a well-oiled machine. It's a circus. The thing to think about is in 5 years, chaos compounds, right? Complexity grows.
Mm-hmm.
If your processes are unclear now, what are they going to look like 5 years from now?
Way messier.
Way messier, right? We know that with every person we add, the complexity model shows
Mm-hmm.
it's just going to get messier.
Right. So this is where owners say, oh, yeah, we'll get to documenting those processes someday.
The famous last words.
Right. Future you is yelling, please do it now. Do it now.
Do it right now. Do it now. Save yourself the headache.
I mean, I think this part is the least favorite of my clients is building the processes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had any clients where this was like their absolute favorite. How about you?
No, absolutely not. And the biggest reason I feel like is because of the tribal knowledge piece. They're like, well, we all know how to do it.
Or we've always done it this way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's interesting until you get hit by a bus
Right.
and then nobody knows.
And nobody knows.
So we have to actually build our processes, document them, and followed by all. Get
Followed by all.
everybody doing those processes. They're trained on those processes. We're doing that the same every time.
So trick question.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's not following the process, then what kind of a problem do we have?
Generally a right person or right seat issue, meaning they don't carry the same core values we do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't value the same things inside this business as we do, or simply they're just sitting in the wrong seat.
That's
So-
right. Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to go rogue there.
No, that's okay. So what's a process that owners procrastinate on that hurts them the most over time? Like there's one process that they continue to put off, and in the end, it's actually hurting them the most by not getting that process in place. What would you say?
Well, I think it may be business specific, but a lot of times it's like their main operations process.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go with also their HR process.
Okay.
If they don't have that dialed in, many owners try to do the HR piece themselves.
Oh yeah.
And it's not good. It's not good. Not good.
That was me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did
Okay.
a lot of those things that are not good. So would you say like that's one process that actually changes the owner's life once that's documented and it's followed by everybody in your organization, would you say that's a life-changing process for that business owner?
Absolutely. I think it's a life-changing process because suddenly they don't have their hand in it. They've delegated it out. Somebody else is doing it, and they just take care of it.
Absolutely.
Just take care of it. Yep.
Love that. We believe in a thing called delegate and elevate.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
Okay.
So what's one process that actually changes an owner's life once it's documented, do you think?
My opinion on this would be what we call the proven process. So first and foremost, how does a sale or a service or whatever it is that you're providing to this customer, how does that flow through your business at a high level? How do you replicate results over and over, no matter the client, customer, sale, project, no matter what it is? How does that move through your business consistently? And I think this is, to your point, to change an owner's life going forward, once this is figured out, there is a lot less one-offs in the business where a visionary owner will just see opportunity, sell on that opportunity, bring it back to his company, and be like, all right, guys, here you go. Here's some work. When it doesn't fit at all the mold of the company, the process that they're functioning in and moving workflow through, because it doesn't fit like their core focus. So now the owner will just tweak the process to make it work for that opportunity. We can't do that because then we can't guarantee the results at the end of the process. So I would say proven process for myself that I think of.
Awesome.
All right. So future factor number 3, valuation trend, up or down. So are we trending up in value or are we trending down in value? Remember, we just jumped out the DeLorean and we're looking at this thing and we're like, geez, what did we do for the last 5 years? Because is our valuation up or is it down?
Okay. So what happened to the value, right? What happened? Okay. So if the system is mature, leadership deepens, and revenue stabilizes, then the value skyrockets, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Value doesn't stay flat. It goes up or down. If the business is owner dependent, if it's kind of inconsistent, if there's no recurring revenue, there's no autonomy in the way it operates, all these things affect your valuation.
So actually, I have a question for the audience. I know you guys can't answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What's one bad habit that future you will definitely regret?
One bad habit. That's a good question. What would you say is a bad habit?
So stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
So we tell a story when we're doing our EOS facilitation. It's called Letting Go of the Vine. And the story is that a business owner falls off a cliff. On the way down, he manages to grab a vine, and then he is desperate. So what is he going to do? He looks up into the heavens and he says, "Is there anybody up there?" And
what's he get back?
He gets a voice that says, "Do you believe?"
Oh, man.
And so the business owner, what's he going to say? So he says, "Yes." And the voice says, what does he say, Darren?
He says, "Then let go of the vine."
And then the business owner says,
"Is there anybody else up there?"
which is a funny little story, right? But it is so true. Stay in your lane. Once you realize what's your highest and best and favorite role in the company and your accountability chart, let the other people in your company do their job. So that's what I would say. Stay in your lane. Mind your business. Even though it's your business, you need to mind it.
Absolutely. You bet. What do you think is what's one small decision today that will dramatically increase your future valuation? So one small decision today that will dramatically increase the value of your business. What do you think on that?
Well, to start, and we haven't really talked about this much yet, you need to assess where you're at.
Okay.
You need to assess where you're at.
Understand your baseline.
Right. Understand your baseline. Understand, because how do you know where you can go if you don't know where you're at?
Absolutely.
Right. So
readiness, attractiveness, the things we talk about, your personal readiness, your emotional readiness, those kind of things. So make the decision to have a business and personal readiness assessment. Just to understand where you're at, what do we need to be working on, if we're actually looking at truly exiting at some point. That's kind of where you were going with that.
Yeah,
right?
Okay. Definitely, because it's kind of like getting on the scale, right? How do you know how much you weigh if you don't get on it?
Yep.
Right.
Say you want to lose weight, but how do you know where you're even starting?
Right. So that would be that's where you would start.
Yep.
I think so. That would dramatically increase the future valuation because you'll know where you're at. So
absolutely, you bet. That's great. That kind of brings us to our future factor number 4, scalability. So we talked about scalability before, but can it grow without you? Talking the single points of failure, the ownership involvement, those kind of things. So picture this. Future you looks at the growth of your business. Has it multiplied? Or has it maxed out because the current model isn't what it needs to be in order for it to continue to grow? You have to clone yourself, right? So the reason it's maxed out is because we can't clone ourselves. We can't make 2 of ourselves. So,
right. So a scalable business, it grows without headaches. If your business needs 10 more of just you, like exactly you, that's not scalable. Now, we talk about systems and processes and doing it followed by all. And we talk about how we want to actually create more versions of ourselves, but we're not really doing that, right? No. Right. We're all different. So what we're talking about here is that you can't actually clone you. You have to teach other people to do what you do.
Absolutely.
Right? So what's the simplest way to make a business more scalable this year, do you think?
I think the biggest thing is first and foremost, and I talk about this a lot with my EOS clients, but scalability, the first step to that is removing the single points of failure. And what I mean by single point of failure is the one person that has the tribal knowledge to do a certain thing inside the business. In order for that to not be a single point of failure, we have to take that tribal knowledge and share it, which means how did this business owner start this business? What was it built on? Right? If it was service-based, it was like servicing to the 100th degree, right? Service guaranteed. Okay, if that's the case, how did that business owner, him or her, build this to the point of the size it's at? What were the things that happened? So taking that tribal knowledge and getting that out of the owner, essentially, that's quite honestly, speaking humbly as a past business owner, that's really all that's needed of us. Quite honestly, I know it's hard to hear, but really, how did you get it to this point? And what were you doing as a business owner, as an entrepreneur to get it to this point? Now let's do more of that by getting that experience and knowledge out of your mind and shared with everybody in the organization.
And what's really funny is when you ask a business owner that, they've never actually sat down and thought about it.
No.
Until somebody like point blank asks them. Yeah. Right. So,
well, being an entrepreneur and a visionary, generally you have to run into the wall before you think about it.
Okay.
That's just kind of how it works. But yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. What do you think, Katie? Where do owners unintentionally cap their own future growth? Unintentionally. So is it something they think, well, I'm the only person that can do this? Is it, I can't foresee myself handling all the things I handle at a scaled step? What would you say? Where do they unintentionally cap themselves?
I'm going to take a different angle on this one. I'm going to say they unintentionally cap themselves when they're unwilling to be open, honest, and vulnerable with their team.
That's a good point, for sure.
Yep.
Being completely honest, not only in the fact of what everybody else thinks about the business, which most of the time they don't ask first because they don't want to hear it. But secondly, honest with themselves and open to say, hey guys, I need help with this.
Or this needs to change.
Absolutely.
And if you've grown your business, you can't do it alone. You're not working out of your garage anymore. Now you have a building and 100 employees or whatever it is. Things change, and you have to have trusted advisors within your organization on your leadership team that you can get advice from, right?
Yep.
Because growth requires change, and unless we're getting honest, valuable feedback from the inside, that's really going to cap your growth.
For sure. That's great. That is great.
Okay, so the big reveal.
All right.
Does future you want this business? All right, so you've seen the future. Be honest. Would future you want to buy your business?
Oof.
Or would future you run for the hills?
So that's the magic of this exercise, right?
Yep.
The smoke has cleared from the DeLorean. You're now seeing in every corner of the business. It's become this transparent glass house. You can see the cobwebs and the dirty corners of it. Exit planning is just really future-proofing your business. That's truly what it is. It's thinking through all of these things, cleaning out the dirty corners and cobwebs, addressing the issues in the business, as well as you personally and in your personal life of what does it look like now? What will it look like after that? Are we looking at all the things? Exit planning should be you're building something that your future you, 5 years after that, is going to get out of that DeLorean and be so proud and excited about what you built. That's ultimately what we want, is you to be proud of it. What's the flip side?
Well, the flip side is the future you is waving the red flag.
Yeah.
Right? So then that's your sign to start making changes.
Or you just take off running for the hills, right? That's the red flag. We have to make sure we prevent that from happening. So, well, that's interesting.
What would you have done?
Oof. I can sit here point blank honestly and say I would have ran for the hills. Like, I know as a business owner, I had the right people. I did. I truly had the right people on my team. I ran on EOS with an implementer, and they worked really hard at keeping me in line as a visionary. They did a great job. If I truly had thought about my exit prior to exiting, which was my shortfall, I just decided one day that from an emotional standpoint, more so than anything, that I was ready to be done. And I wanted it done yesterday in true quick start fashion. So I would say, looking at the exit that happened, I'd run for the hills. All due to the fact that I didn't do this necessary stuff to be ready for that and to take my DeLorean trip 5 years in the future. So,
yeah, nice.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, if you want to know exactly what future you wishes you would fix first, join our webinar on February 11th.
All right. It's called Exit Ready in 2026, and it's all about building the business future you will thank you for.
Yes. So we'll put the link to register below, but you don't need a time machine.
No?
Nope. You just need a plan.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys there. Hope to see you on the 11th.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.